Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. The other day, I was cruising around on YouTube and found a trailer for Resident Evil 4 Remake. And so I looked through it and I found this. In case you didn't see that, let's take a look again. Oh yeah, that's a sexy knife. And so immediately, I thought to myself, I have to make that knife. So that's what we're going to do today. I went out and found the best representation of the knife that I could and kind of made some adjustments for myself and made this sketch. So this is the template we're going to use for that knife. For the handles, I will be using carbon fiber because I think that's as close as we can get. After looking at it, I believe the handles in the game were intended to be some sort of injection molding, and we can't do that. Carbon fiber is pretty cool though. For the pins, I will either be using this black micarta just to make them blend in because there was no pins on the original knife. And if I'm unsatisfied with that, we'll be using this stainless steel pin instead, which I think will contrast with the carbon fiber really well. For the blade material, I just happened to get in some more 8670 from Pops that I plan on using to make some more chef knives. So we'll use this one because it's about the only piece that's big enough. And we'll just do stock removal on this one. Let's get this pattern transferred to the steel and get it over to the grinder. Alright, we got a pretty good place to start. So now I'm going to get some of this blue Sharpie on there so that way I can get some nice layout lines for everything. time we start thinking about the handle. So I'm going to cut the handle out that I have on this pattern so that way I can lay it over the top of my carbon fiber scales, and we can get these lined up and cut out and then get this into the heat treat oven. Well, the heat treat went really good, and after tempering, my files say it's about 60 Rockwell. There's a little bit of decarb I gotta get through before it starts skating the file. So we'll just go to the grinder, grind through all that, and get this cleaned up, and then it should be ready for some scales. Everything's looking really good. The blade is pretty much there. So next we're going to cut out the handle material and get it glued on and do a final polish, sharpen the blade, and then make a sheath for it. I went back through and looked at everything, and Krausers never really shows a sheath from what I can tell. So I have an idea for kind of an improvised one. It's not going to be super true to the story, but it'll work. Time to attach the scales. I think they look pretty darn good. I'm excited about this, and it's the last big step. It's not very often a knife gets to this phase right here and looks so clean already. As you can see, I scratched in a pattern right here so that way it can grip a little bit harder, and off camera I also scuffed up the backside. Just gives the epoxy something to soak into. So let's get this put together. we're looking really good right now. So we're going to go ahead and put my touch mark on there. I would put Krausers' little snake seal that he has on there, but I don't have any way to do that. That would look good. So just my touch mark, and we're going to leave the other side of the blade kind of bare. Well, it looks pretty darn good. I think that's what we're going to call it for this week. And on next episode, we'll make a really cool tactical cross straw sheath for this. And I think I'm going to clean up a couple of the blemishes and spots I want to fill with some epoxy. And we'll sharpen it and show it off a little bit better. But for now, this is where we're going to call it. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to see me make in the future, just let me down below. We'll see you next time.